So, you're on the 10K yoke. So now, when you come to this word called the Master, well, that's the name. And the name is just the name. So, what makes us different than anybody? So, let's look up the word spiritual. We're looking it up right now on the internet.
We're using the internet and technology, searching it on Google. So we typed in the meaning of spiritual into the search engine. So it shows that it is an adjective relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things.
That is very emotional. You don't see that. That's emotional.
The second meaning, relating to religion or religious belief.
Now, religion or religious belief. So now let's take another word. If any of you are listening, you will learn. If you're a spiritual teacher, you'll have another approach. Let's go to a next word, sin.
So we have the meaning of sin here. A noun, an immoral act considered to be a transgression against divine law.
Now look at that sentence. So if someone comes to you and tells you you're a sinner, according to who? Them? Was it their mom and pop that taught them one religion and the only religion? How's their life? And why do you care what someone's telling you you are? And the divine law they're talking, just because they say, doesn't mean anything.
There is also an act. Because you have to make decisions in life, obviously, and you have to direct your life the way you want. So you can also commit a sin as a verb. Offend against God, a person, or a principle.
Now, when you get into that and you're talking to this word, human being, Homo sapien sapien, and you're talking to them, well, what's their meaning of God? Where does it stem from? What's the culture? Where's it going? Why are they using this against me that they're better? You're not looking to judge, you're just looking at the actions of a person. So, religious beliefs, there's so many religions in the world. So you would say, well, then it's okay they believe that. As long as it's done in good intention, there's no harm, and they're wishing well, many blessings to them. But now if you're running around judging with your eyes, talking about this, talking about you're the only one that does this, that, the other thing, you're committing a sin. The one that they put on the internet to confuse you. Divine law also according to religious belief? Well, according to what religion? Who's the one that said that that's right? We have fact, we have different things, but what's the real truth to divine law? It's a consciousness. If you sit long enough, all of you can receive it. Doesn't matter how educated you are. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter what you're wearing. Doesn't matter if you have a job or not have a job. The consciousness can be reached. So when you come to us, we look at things on a different level. Just because you say it, that means nothing. And this is for Feliciano. Okay, I hope I pronounced that right. Feliciano in New York. Here we go. Feliciano says, I have such an issue. Everybody judges me. And I have a good practice, but I'm always in trauma, like the ER in spiritual. How do I get out of this? And what is a good thing to do? Well, let's fix it. What is the meaning of your spiritual? You take a breath in. That's your meaning. That does not mean it's right. Doesn't mean someone's judging you. Go beyond that and strengthen yourself that way. Now, take that back. Anybody that's listening to this call, the minute you hear this, you strengthen whether you know it or not. What is the person telling you their religious belief? Are they in the same field you're in? Are they jealous? What are they trying to act like? Are they fake or are you fake? Ask yourself the question. Now take a breath in. Don't fake. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Strengthen. My God, ain't it supposed to be yours too? You know, when it comes to spirituality, a lot of people are scared to talk to someone because they're in this religious belief. There's 5,000 people behind them. That's nice. But what about all the other people in the world? What are you fighting against everybody else, proving that your group is the greatest? Wow. Isn't there something there? Wouldn't the group say, I don't care what you are, beautiful, many blessings? Maybe I'll pray with you too. You got to learn belief, guys, and you got to understand action. Most of you, and this is for the spiritual healers, most of you are so sensitive, and you're looking at everybody else's price. A client comes to you and tells you, well, you're very pricey. Who, according to you? Where's your statistics? Where is it? You don't need to tell the client that. That's something that you need to breathe in. So there's a victim someplace. A lot of people are running around looking for this $25, $30 thing, which is nice to play games and have entertainment, and maybe there's some real people out there, but there's real things that you need to do. Why are you chasing it over $25? Anything over that's too expensive, you know, or you've been through it. I've been on this road before. Any of you spiritual healers ever did that? I've done that. That did not work for me. And then you got to turn around and say, what would God say? Have you ever worked with me? It's the first question. You clear the table. You let them see. You have all these experiences, but working with me is different than all the times you worked with anybody else. I don't need to hear your abuse. I don't need to take it. It's not that you know you're doing it, but you got to learn your power. You got to hear. You got to be able to listen. Because most of you are fear-based. And you're only going on your first 7 chakras. There's a whole lot more. A whole lot more. all different breath work, all different things, whether you believe it or not. Your finger goes here, you press in this spot, that spot. 365 days, 365 acupressure points. What's going on there? What's going on?
Truly, you can't judge yourself for the things you feel and also the things that you perceive, because that is just a program. So how do you really go about life in a neutral way where you are that beacon for yourself, where you do inspire yourself, you inspire others, and other people blossom and bloom because of the words? But you have to understand, really, no matter who you are, what industry you're in, what business, the spiritual practice applies. No matter what it is, you have to have the routine and also the self-stillness, the breath and understanding, and then sin, getting rid of the shame and the guilt on the heart. Where does it stem from, and how do you live in the moment beyond anxiety and depression and different illnesses that do accumulate throughout the life? You have to take care of yourself now in this moment, every single thing. Your possibilities are totally endless, as they should be. Realizing this in the moment, it doesn't matter what you're trying to achieve. Sometimes you do have to spend money, and most of the time you do. And it's a good thing. It's a frequency. It's a give and a what am I going to do with when I ask for the money to receive it. Some people are born into it. Some people grab onto it and hold onto it. Some people just have it always flowing because they understand the divine law. So who are you truly? Understanding extreme gratitude. You're here, you're living. It was said and it will continue to be said. And that's how the vibration shifts. So limit the influences that really don't make you feel good in your life, whether it's virtually or it's in the person. You have to make the decisions in your life and take that action. And at the end of the day, you really have to take that step. You do. Every single person. Life is so precious.
So most of you are going through this thing called finances. And let's strengthen your finances right now and the way that you look at things. So some of you, let's go from a scale that people make, I'm going to say, I've seen it here, 8,000 some people make a year, all the way, let's say to infinity. But we'll start off at 8. Well, that's a salary. If that person is saying that that's all they can do, then that's all they're going to be. Doesn't matter what religion, what method, anything else is that. So now let's strengthen yourself in that. Just say, I strengthen myself. I strengthen myself. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to move it to this, that. Just I strengthen myself within a belief that I strengthen. Now you're a little clearer. 1, 2, 3, I strengthen, I am strengthened, I am this, I am that. I am strengthened.
Strengthen. Say it with your power. Strengthened. Where it goes into the earth from your feet, and then all the infinite possibilities, you got to bring that back into the zero space within you. So strengthen to zero and affirm. And when you affirm, you just express to the core of your being, I strengthen to it. I strengthen to it. I strengthen myself. Whatever you need to strengthen, I strengthen my heart. And do you strengthen.
Now, let's give you another energy boost, okay? So, you're wanting this. Where did you see it at first? And who has it that you're trying to look at that you're better? So let's take a scenario. Let's strengthen inside the scenario. you're renting a place, but you're upset with the person that's next door that owns the house, and you're arguing with your mate, and you're just miserable. You're confused.
What's the real reason?
What's the real reason?
Beyond.
And what don't you know about that next door neighbor just because they're smiling at you, just because they're going in this car, they have that? They can have a lot of debt. So most of you are looking energetically at a lot of other people, and this one, so-and-so. You really got to get realistic, okay? Do any of you live in Bel Air right now? Some of you might. But you got a girl that goes to college. She's a waitress, but she's walking around with a $9,000 purse. How'd she get it? Why'd she get it? And what's the real reason? So when you look at things, realistically, if someone had money and someone was looking at that, okay, college girl works as a waitress, but she got a $9,000 purse. Let me take another little look. Okay, I got this, Okay, so maybe the girl likes to pretty herself, and that's okay. But how are you affording this $9,000 purse? And was it a little not realistic for you to get it at that time? And could you have bettered yourself in another way? I will not look or judge. First, you got to follow that law.
Life teaches, and your life has something beautiful to show you. So you got to clear the fear that you've heard from. It's mostly from parents or people that raised you, friends that attach. So let's just strengthen the spine and any type of energy seeping. So just strengthen the spine and just say, I strengthen the spine. I strengthen my spine.
And know that there's nothing for you to do at this point. For the ones that stayed, you wouldn't believe this gift. The reason why we're doing this is because we're so proud of all our masters.
We thank everyone.
And we thank everyone, and we're giving back. We're taking time because the masters are now moving up, and they're all going to be working all over the world right now, and it's up to them. And we're all there with each other. So we're giving back. And special thanks to Master Shane, to Tammy, to Shani, to Moni, to everybody that has been this part of call. We could have picked a lot of people. Could have picked a lot of people, called on a lot of people when you call in. We just stuck to our who came from the beginning, but never let anybody go. And I see some amazing stuff. I see couples that they come to us, and you would swear that anybody else would. They go to counseling, they go to anything, everybody would tell them, leave each other. It's the wrong move. You don't tell anybody that. You got to see how they're doing. How do you life coach? That's what we do. Everybody's different. We saw a couple from not having nothing, staying in the hotels, moved into an apartment, and now moving into another apartment. Bought one car, bought another car, now got jobs. Before they had nothing. They came to this call. That's it. And now that student, that's the student of the universe, got a book coming out. Got a book coming out. How does that happen with us? Because it's about us. Our system has more authors than you can imagine.
It's about you. It's about yog. And this is the yog right now. We're all connecting on just a breath. So there's been people that have been, women and men also in abusive relationships, found liberation and strength. Many people have found new love, and it's the love within inside of yourself. That's a journey for every day. So really, it's amazing. Life is what you make it. So you really got to keep moving forward and understand that there is something more. But you don't need to want more. It just comes to you.
So once in a while, we're going to do something special. And you're going to see the difference. You're going to record it to yourself. Maybe you can send an email saying how this helped you, how you heard about it. It doesn't matter what religion you are, who you are. If you try to figure it out, it's very hard to figure it out. Even though you think you do, it's a study. And the masters will tell you that even though you reach mastery, you're always learning. There's always a new part of something coming in that is enhanced. And inside our system, it's a system without being a system. That everybody can join. And you start off like everybody else starts off. But you never end. Your job is to continue to just grow. Some of you will come, some of you will go, but many blessings to everybody that we have ever seen. Even the ones that have argumented, many blessings. We love you. We thank you. We forgive you. We even say, I'm sorry. Because I'm breathing. And I got life. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it to my fullest to live. Learn life. Get ready to live.